Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm Mad Dog,
I'm Bobuck.
and this is
Brodown.
all right. So we just kind of like to. This is the first episode. We like to introduce ourselves to you. I'm gonna go ahead and let Bobuck go first.
Bobuck, just 24, about to turn 25, looking for a side project to do. Figured I'd do one with my nephew here, Mad Dog.
I'm Mad Dog. I'm a firefighter. Working on becoming a police officer currently. So it's kind of like a side thing. I like to keep the public informed on stuff that's going on. I like to express my opinions about everything. So
Yeah, we're gonna cover a variety of topics on this podcast. Anything from conspiracy theories to what's going on in the world today to game reviews if me and Mad Dog decide to pick it up. So every week's going to be different, but it's all still going to be based around the same structure. Each podcast should be about 30 minutes to an hour. Going to be going live next Sunday, every week on Sunday. So definitely keep a lookout for us on Twitter, #brodown, YouTube, #brodown, and Instagram, brodown3. We keep a very strong social media presence.
all right, man. So today was crazy, man. Today was crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, man. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I video game a lot.
Yeah.
Every day after I get off work, play some video games. If anybody doesn't know yet, Alcatraz is back in Black Ops. There were a lot of complaints about them taking it out, and they actually listened for once. People don't really listen anymore.
No, people never listen.
So.
Especially the gamers. I feel like developers will work on a game like Red Dead, for example, and make the storyline almost perfect. I don't know if there's a storyline for Black Ops 3.
Not really.
But then they'll take the online and they'll try to go off past equations that have worked for past games, but gaming's always working to be more realistic and more in the future. And developers really screw up. They do what they want to do, and they don't listen to what the public wants.
Yeah, I would agree. Like Fortnite, they definitely screwed up whenever they did the boombox.
Yeah, the boombox sucked, and they've honestly had just worse updates almost weekly, screwing up one thing or adding in something that's completely overpowered, and it's just destroying the game. The community is dying. We actually have a Fortnite expert that might come on the podcast here in a month or so, but whatever stuff's more solidified, we'll let you guys know.
So what else is going on today, man? I heard there's a lot of stuff. What do you got?
Did you hear Colorado? They are thinking about legalizing mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy, man. Tongue-tied. But I honestly think that's a good thing, because it's just like weed. It comes out of the ground. It's naturally growing. You can go find it, especially around here. They grow everywhere. So if you're gonna do it, you might as the government, grow it, tax it. It really makes sense.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's your freedom. Do what you want. As long as you're not screwing anything up or disrupting anybody else, it's your own life. Live it.
Right. And it's going to be safer, especially because the measures that they put on weed that they can sell in Colorado and other places that have dispensaries, the quality really has to be there. So it would be the same with the mushrooms. You don't have people out in the forest picking random mushrooms trying to get high and just dying because they're picking like death caps and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. So what do you think's going to be next, man? Do you think it's going to go through, or?
I think mushrooms will definitely go through, especially Colorado and California for sure, and Washington. But after that, it's definitely going to take a while. You see how hard it is to get legalization over here for cannabis. So with mushrooms, that's probably 20, 30 years down the way here on the Eastern Coast.
Yeah. Speaking of marijuana, it's coming up close, man. Almost all states have legalized it. There's a few left that are on the edge, but I think they're going to fall off the fence on the winning team.
Well, really, really looking forward to this year specifically because it's Democratic primary. So, Democrats usually lean more towards voting for legalization. And it being their primary, it being on the ballot for Pennsylvania and Ohio, I really think it has a good shot this year.
I would agree. I think it's definitely going to get legalized. And I hope it does, because there will be a lot of people, that keep their job.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, plus it brings in jobs. You think about how the coal mine and things like that are dying off, people getting bought out for land for, production of the cannabis, and all the jobs each farm would bring in. It would be great for this area.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. Yeah, it's definitely a big topic. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And everyone's been talking about the cannabis legalization for years, and mushrooms haven't really been the forefront, the front runner for anything.
No, not at all. Psychedelics, I mean, cannabis now is getting so strong that it's almost at a psychedelic state right now. Of course, I would know nothing about that. But, so for mushrooms, it's a different kind because there's no known medical benefits right now, as to where cannabis, where it starts out is medically directed, but mushrooms would be just purely recreational. There's no health benefits that we know of from just eating these psychedelic mushrooms.
Do you know of any downsides to the legalization of psychedelic mushrooms?
I mean, as far as I understand, a psychedelic state is obviously much worse when you're, driving if you were drunk.
If you could drive.
Well, crazy things happen, man. People get their keys and that would be the only scary part for me is it being legal and knowing who might be out on the roads, especially, Saturday night, late at night. You already have to worry about the drunk drivers.
Yeah, and then you got that guy who's always like, "Oh, I've been doing it for years."
Right.
And that one time, it only takes one time.
Which, same as the cannabis, how it's getting stronger. I'm sure that over the time, the psychedelic mushrooms get stronger, so that would have to be heavily regulated also.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, definitely gonna have to keep up on that one. See how it goes.
Yeah,
pass it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting whenever something gets legalized in an area, like how medical just got legalized here in Ohio. We're towards the eastern part of Ohio, and you can only buy certain, obviously, amounts as far as the law goes, but like in Colorado has edibles. They have their flour, they have oils. You can pretty much get anything that you want. In Ohio, right now, we have flour. And that's it. There's no edibles. You
can't even smoke it, can you?
No, you have to be at your house. I think you're allowed a 90-day supply of... I don't know how they regulate the 90-day supply.
Yeah, because
with somebody that's been smoking for 50 years, 90-day supply is obviously going to be much more. So, the laws that they do are definitely finicky.
Speaking on laws, there's a lot of different laws coming out. A lot of people are pushing new things. Did you see the guy who's pushing for they're trying to take away the loot boxes and the pay-to-win mechanics of video games.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane, man. It really is.
What do you think about that?
I'm for it, man. I hate getting on Black Ops or a game equivalent to Black Ops. A lot of people play Fortnite, and you see this bomb outfit, and you're like, man, I really, really want that. And you look at the bottom of the screen, it's $20.
Right.
For most people in today, that's an hour's work. Or some people, that's 2 hours work.
Some people, that's 3 hours. Yeah,
exactly. Whenever you do all taxes and shit, it could be a lot longer.
Right.
And I think that they should just get rid of it completely. Personally, I mean, they started releasing games that aren't even made yet.
Right.
What was a good one? Black Ops. For example, it released it. It was laggy. There was so much wrong with it. But back in like the 360 and the PlayStation 3, whenever it first came out, the games were complete.
Right.
There were some bugs and glitches, but they were complete.
Right.
So.
And I honestly think that like being able to having to download your game for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One now has a lot to do with that. Now, if you buy a game, if you buy it the very first day that it comes out, as soon as it comes out, go home and download it. There's going to be an update for it already,
Exactly.
which is insane to me. Versus the days where you could just pop in a disc of Halo 3 and you're playing.
Mm-hmm. And there's no bugs. No
right,
lag,
no lag. And it's there. It's all on the disc.
They're never small updates. They're like 40 gigabytes.
Right.
And you know, some people are still playing on Gen 1.
Right.
It's 500 gigabytes of a console. You got 40 gigabyte update you have to install.
Right.
What do you have to delete, you know?
Yeah, you can literally only have one game and one small game together.
Yeah.
And for how the games are getting bigger, it's a serious problem. I understand that they want to make it faster so everything runs smoother.
Mm-hmm.
But the downloading and the memory files, it's too much for me.
The way I think about the pay-to-win mechanics and the loot boxes and stuff like that is they release a broken game, right?
Right.
They make you buy stuff that might work, hopefully the right way and stuff like that. But whenever you really start playing it, and it slowly starts developing, the updates come out, you've noticed it's been out for 3 months and people have already spent $1 million in this game. Why is it still broken? Where is all the money going to? You know, why isn't the game complete yet? You know?
Right.
They keep those loot boxes there so people keep buying and updates keeps rolling. You know?
Yeah, most famously, that actual scenario happened with, what's that game? It's not Apex, Anthem. Yeah. Everybody bought the loot boxes and stuff, and the game, it still sucks. A lot of people can't even get into their loot boxes they bought, like, first day.
Yeah, that's definitely... I heard a lot of bad things about that game.
Yeah.
I really thought about getting it. I liked the demo. The demo was good.
I didn't play the demo.
But whenever the game released, it was like... What happened? You know, you guys take 3 steps back? It was weird, man. It was really weird.
And it's definitely disheartening, especially with how games are going now.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that are waiting 2-3 years for these games. Like, everybody's getting hyped for Grand Theft Auto 6. We don't even have confirmation that they're making it yet.
Yeah.
That's another one that's big with the loot boxes and pay-to-win mechanics. Is the online, the shark cards.
Yep.
Same thing with Red Dead. I think they had, gold bars?
I think so, yeah. It's been a while since I played Red Dead.
Yeah. Well, I got rid of my PlayStation, so...
Well... Yeah, Red Dead, I stopped playing it. I played online until I was like level 30, and I was just like, this is dead, you know?
Yeah.
They're waiting way too long to release new stuff, and they already have the money. They sold you a $60 game. The story was phenomenal.
It was a great story.
But if you're going to release online, do it the right way.
Right.
You know?
Have everything finished. People would have waited. People waited for the game for the good experience. You didn't have to release the online 1 week after. You could have done it 2 months after. 3 months after, people would have still waited and been happy about it.
Mm-hmm. And you thought they would have learned after Grand Theft Auto's online release.
Right.
But they didn't.
But Grand Theft Auto Online also got a lot better.
It did.
A lot better.
Unfortunately, I haven't tested the new Red Dead, so I can't verify. If you guys know, I mean, please put in the comments below. It'd be great. We'd like to hear about your guys' experience with Red Dead and how you guys think it changed and you know, what improved on it. So...
Right. We'd also like to hear your opinion on, the legalization of the mushrooms, if you guys think that it is dangerous or beneficial. Our body, our right.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Our body, our right, that's for sure. So.
But, no, pay to win, I don't agree with it. I especially don't agree with loot boxes. I think that World War II, the Call of Duty did that. Loot boxes perfectly. How it was easy enough to earn them. You earned them every couple games, and if you played long enough, you would get everything. It wasn't difficult to get anything that you wanted in that game.
Yeah. Now, Black Ops 4 released the loot boxes. They've had microtransactions since day one.
Right.
When the game was shitty, they had microtransactions.
Right.
But they started the loot boxes and buying loot boxes. I think it was Operation 2 is when they started. No, it was Operation 3 because they just released Operation 4. They released it, and it's a lot of grinding to get a loot box. I mean, it's at least an hour for one.
That's too much.
I
It's
agree.
entirely too much.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a player like me, certain players are sweaty players. No offense to anyone who's a sweaty player. But
Sweats.
it's easy for them.
Right.
And for people like me who are mediocre, who just play to have fun, it's kind of smack in the face, I enjoy playing it, and I gotta play for an hour and a half, 2 hours to get a loot box, just to get a sticker. Like, seriously?
Right.
Give me a Mach 2 weapon. Give me a new weapon skin, because I'll see that. These 400 stickers in my inventory, they ain't never gonna be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's all I had for today. You got anything else, man?
No, not really. Yeah, just make sure that you guys stay tuned for future videos. It's always going to be improving. Going to work on the mic quality a little bit. Also going to work on getting video of us. It's gonna be a road, but we're excited, and we're excited to have you guys with us. Obviously, going down this road. Schedule every Sunday, starting next Sunday. We should have another video up for you on Saturday. Quality's always going to improve. Topic's always going to improve.
Yeah, and if you guys hear anything you guys want to hear about, or you guys see any stories that you want us to discuss or share our opinions on, let us know in the comments. Definitely hit that subscribe button, and spam the comments. If you really want to hear it, spam the comments. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care at all. We'll check them. We're always on social media. I check it a couple times a day. So,
yeah, I sit in front of a computer for 12 hours a day. I know.
Yeah, if you add us, we'll definitely at you back. So, it was nice talking to you guys, and we'll see you soon.